Hi everyone, my name is Duemeng, and today I'm going to present to you the situational analysis of Intersnack Cashew Company. This presentation aims to study the external and internal factors as well as the current position of Intersnack Cashew Company for expanding their markets into Australia and New Zealand. ICC faced competition from major Vietnamese players in cashew processing and exporting, include Olam AZ Biên Hòa II, Hoàng Xuân I, and Long Xuân JSC. Olam has the highest market share and also operates in a sustainable way, making it a formidable competitor for ICC. The snack industry is divided into traditional, healthy, and functional segments, catering to different consumer needs. Intersnack Group has a large portfolio of snack brands within potato chips, popcorn, tortilla chips, and walnuts. Intersnack Cashew Company is currently operating in the raw cashew nut segment of the healthy branch. Next is the environmental analysis of ICC. This part consists of studies of the external and internal factors affecting the performance. The PESTEL framework is used to analyze the macro environment, and there are several highlights. Although Australia and New Zealand only account for almost 3% of Vietnam's total cashew kernel export value, consumer preference shifting towards healthy snacks still make the two countries potential markets for ICC. However, Vietnam's logistical aging infrastructure and limited capacity, as well as the potential climate impacts with unstable weather, may affect cashew quality and brand reliability. Porter's 5 forces model is used for analyzing an industry competitive intensity and attractiveness. The bargaining power of suppliers is considered high since ICC relies heavily on raw cashew nuts imported from Africa, which is limiting exports to bolster local processing. Moreover, the bargaining power of buyers is also high. While there are thousands of listed importers, the number of active importers in a specific year is much smaller, which gives B2B types of customer more power over ICC. The internal audit and Porter's value chain analysis highlight the company's strong internal foundation and areas for improvement. From the audit, ICC demonstrates major strengths in global reputation for product quality and a skilled workforce with advanced single-roof processes. Additionally, its sustainability programs and financial backing from the Intersnack Group further reinforce operational stability. However, low brand recognition in Australia and New Zealand or heavy reliance on African suppliers and third-party logistics remain key weaknesses that may limit market expansion. Moving to the stakeholder analysis, the mapping points out two main groups with different levels of influence. The groups with the highest influence are the raw cashew farmers, Australian and New Zealand importers, regulators, logistic providers, and financial backers. Their actions have a direct impact on supply stability, compliance, and funding, which makes them crucial partners to engage early and consistently. Other groups such as employees or end users hold a moderate influence. While they may not shape strategic decisions, their role and preferences are critical in maintaining product quality or driving demand for cashew nuts. Critical success factors are factors that contribute to the success of the company. So when we look at ICC's CSF's analysis, there are 4 main areas that significantly contribute to its success. Their product quality, relationship with importers, sustainability, and financial stability. ICC's product quality is one of its strongest assets, allowing the company to position itself as a premium and reliable supplier. However, a major weakness lies in its lack of pre-existing relationships with Australian and New Zealand distributors and importers, which means the company should invest in direct marketing campaigns, digital advertising, and partnerships to boost brand awareness. From the analysis, we can also see several growth opportunities for the company. ICC can leverage its quality and sustainability credentials to access new markets, expand value-added cashew products, and potentially enter the B2C segment in the future. Next up is risk assessment and probability metrics with a few standout key points. First, the most critical risks are linked to Vietnam's aging logistics infrastructure and climate-related disruptions, such as unstable weather, pests, and disease that can seriously affect cashew production and supply. These issues are highly likely to occur and could cause major shipment delays or even production loss. Next, fluctuations in raw cashew supply and costs from Africa are identified as a moderate risk, mainly because ICC still depends quite heavily on imported raw materials. Last but not least, there are a lower probability risks related to shifting consumer preferences, so if people start choosing other snack options, it could impact ICC's long-term demand. Looking at ICC's SWOT analysis, we can see a pretty clear picture of where the company stands and what it needs to focus on next. First, ICC's biggest strength are its strong global reputation for product quality and its modern single-reef processing system, which ensures full transparency and consistency in production. Plus, being backed by the Intersnack group gives the company solid financial support and credibility, while sustainability mindset aligns perfectly with today's consumer values. However, ICC still struggles with low brand awareness in Australia and New Zealand and has no direct partnership with local distributors, which makes it harder to enter this market effectively. Now, in terms of opportunity, the company can really benefit from the reduced tariffs from the Asian-Australia-New Zealand Free Trade Agreement and the growing trend toward healthy and blend-based snacks. There are also threats like the aging logistic infrastructure, climate issues, and strong competition from African exporters. So, to sum up the situation analysis, ICC is facing challenges entering the Australia and New Zealand markets due to limited distributor relationships, low brand awareness, and unstable logistics in Vietnam, along with dependence on African raw materials and strict regulations. But on the bright side, ICC has some major advantages: its strong reputation, transparent and traceable supply chain, and commitment to sustainability give it a clear path forward. So, building on what we've just seen from the SWOT analysis, the next step is to look at the SWOT TOWS matrix, which basically turns all those insights into actionable strategies. Starting with the SO strategies, ICC has the opportunity to enter the Australia and New Zealand markets through a premium positioning approach, basically promoting itself as a brand that delivers top quality, traceable, and sustainably sourced cashews. It can also leverage its strong sustainability policy as a key selling point to attract eco-conscious partners and consumers. For the WO strategies, since ICC hasn't established connection in this market yet, the company should build strong B2B relationship through the Asian-Australia-New Zealand Free Trade Agreement platform by joining trade shows, networking with importers, and take advantage of tariff incentives to make market entry smoother. Then in the ST1, ICC can use its skilled workforce and advanced technology to stay compliant with strict labeling and food safety regulations and to secure more reliable export routes that reduce risk from Vietnam logistic limitations and climate issues. Finally, the WT strategies focus on minimizing weaknesses and avoiding risks by reducing dependence on weak logistic providers and forming partnership with trusted importers and distributors through Intersnack Group's network. So, to sum up the situation analysis, ICC is facing challenges entering the Australia and New Zealand markets due to limited distributor relationships, low brand awareness, and unstable logistics in Vietnam, along with dependence on African raw materials and strict regulations. But on the bright side, ICC has some major advantages: its strong reputation, transparent and traceable supply chain, and commitment to sustainability give it a clear path forward. What we can take from this is that ICC is in a promising position, and with the right partnerships, compliant efforts, and sustainability-driven marketing, the company can successfully grow its presence in Australia and New Zealand. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.